Hi, this is Calvin Cox. It is March 21st, 2013, 2:01 p.m. and it's Thursday. I think I've hit upon something that's really a game changer. It would take people who can see and realize a really huge potential benefit by applying modern humanoid robots from Japan and applying those to something that's needed to be done, which is caring for the elderly. It sounds, perhaps to some people, it would sound to perhaps to some people that you couldn't do something like that, but I fully believe actually that you can. I'm doing this recording and there's somebody's vacuuming up leaves outside, and it's really annoying, but what can I do about it? Anyway, I'm going to try and find a picture of these humanoid robots and hold it up to the camera. I don't know if I'll be able to see it easily, but it was really wild. I could hardly tell the difference between this one woman, this Japanese woman, and this humanoid looking robot that looked exactly like her. And they had, if you went on Google and typed in Japanese humanoid robots and then went down to the one picture where it showed this woman and her robot look-alike, I was like, what? it was amazing. Anyway, okay, here's a picture of them too. I'm gonna hold them up to the camera and hopefully you'll be able to get a good I think it's the one on the right is the robot. But it was amazing. When the human lady touched the cheek, it was like she was hitting a switch. And the humanoid robot kind of like perked up a little bit and then started mimicking the facial look of the human. I was like, what? I was totally amazed. Anyway, let me get to the point here. If you're capable of following my thought process, I'm going to run down through it. Nursing homes cost a huge amount of money, and a lot of times they can be hugely impersonal. Nursing homes in the 1960s and earlier used to be non-profit organizations, but over the years since the 60s, nursing homes have been purchased and by private companies and converted into for-profit facilities. The cost of nursing home stays have gone out the roof. If all nursing home facilities in the USA were again legally mandated to become non-profits, then the costs would come down significantly. Then the only thing to battle, other than the cost of nursing homes, is the quality and the care within the nursing home. There comes a split: either have people stay at their homes and have a humanoid robot assistant that would help them, or, you know, if nursing homes, I believe, are still going to be around for like forever, but you don't want them to cost so much they're not affordable. So anyway, let me see. I believe nursing homes are financially gouging the persons who can afford to pay the fees and absorbing monies that would be better spent elsewhere in the community, and it would help the economy perhaps more. About 15 years ago, someone in the know told me a nursing home monthly cost was around $3,000. Now it's about $10,000 a month for the persons who can afford to pay. I feel that's incredibly expensive and unfair. That's an incredible amount of money. That's $120,000 a year. So the current social equation is pay a massive amount of money to be cared for in a very impersonal way. If you have ever been in a nursing home, you could get the impression of corralled old people just waiting to kick the bucket. I think you could get that impression in some facilities. People naturally age and pass away. It's a fact of life. You're not going to get away from that. So, what do you do to change the above social equation to a more digestible one? And I have a note here: the last years of your life should not be lived in a way that you were not being sufficiently attended to your satisfaction. It's one thing when one person sitting at a desk says, well, they were given food and that's sufficient. Well, if you were to go ask that person who stays in a nursing home, gee, how is it here? I'm sure a lot of them would say it sucks, and they all have their own individual reasons. Anytime you can do something better and it costs a lot less and is actually achievable is called a game changer. And in my view, nursing homes are always going to be around. You would want to do something to control the costs because there's a huge wave of humanity in this country, in the United States, that's getting older. And it's now just beginning. This huge wave is hitting, so they're all beginning to retire. Well, the problem is, how are you going to take care of them all? How are you going to afford to take care of them all? And the family members who are left that can afford and and agree to pay the money to care for their parents, the cost is so huge. It's phenomenal. It's too much. You need to find a way to provide the care so it's affordable. Not just to provide care that's affordable, but a quality of care that's way above what's currently being provided by anybody. And the only thing I could think of is to have these